Ikawa roaster.
See James roast coffee in his microwave, and it's
Yes.
absolutely fucking delicious. James would hook me up with that stuff like whenever he'd come visit me in Dubai, or just like sometimes he'd just mail me some coffee. The Joms blend is top tier.
Did you
Yeah,
hear
I
how
used to
like
work
he
in
built
coffee,
his own
so that's
vacuum
why,
chamber to like make the coffee even better, so he can like roast it at a lower temperature? Like homemade thing. He was telling me all about it the other week. I
Well,
think he's using
Yeah.
the same thing for like some sort of like keyboard project that's going to take him to the moon.
I have
a
been
keyboard
roasting
project?
coffee since then. I don't even remember when I bought it. But with the prices of coffee rising, it's actually
Yeah.
like paid off the roaster like this year or so,
Wow.
Oh.
or maybe the next year. Because
Wait,
let's say that you
yeah.
want to have some good beans. You want to buy
Yeah.
1 kilo of geisha beans. If you buy it roasted, 1 kilo, it's incredibly expensive. You buy them green, which I bought them once. It was much affordable.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah, see, around here, geisha is a completely different thing, but it's also roasted.
Is it the opposite? They don't roast.
I mean, I wonder if it's as easy to like grow the coffee as it is to grow the geisha. I mean, that would give me more money to save.
Well,
be like fully self-sufficient.
Okay, so hold on a minute. I want to nerd out about coffee a little bit more.
Yeah.
I remember like the Ikawa is like a 100 gram or like a 50 gram sample
Yes.
roaster, right? So
Yes.
so you just roast every day or like what, every week maybe, I guess?
Well, I roast in batches of 50 grams and 50 grams, which is
Okay.
if you get the cup on top, you fill it to. I don't measure. You shouldn't measure the weight. You should measure by the volume. So I just fill the cup that the Ikawa roaster has to a certain point.
Yeah.
And then you just go, and whenever usually I do 50 grams or 100 grams, and every time you roast a little bit more. Lately I have not been drinking as much coffee, so like last month I didn't use it that much, but yeah, usually yeah. But the problem with the Ikawa is that it's kind of like a startup, so it's a startup. It's a small company, and it uses a iOS app. There's no Android app. So down the road, this is not good. But the good thing about people that roast coffee is that sometimes they reverse engineer everything. So there was a guy that reverse engineered the Bluetooth protocol, and you also have a website called Bean Decoder, and you can generate the QR code that the Ikawa roaster uses.
Bean Decoder.
Bean
Oh my
Decoder. Yeah.
That's so good.
That's what I used to make the profiles, because otherwise the roaster would be idiotic.
So we agree that the coffee roaster is an appliance, like a sort of like specialized kitchen appliance. Well, since when is it a mark of quality that I have to use a fucking app to use my appliance?
You don't need to use the app.
Let's see.
Because someone reverse engineered the protocol because he was like you. This is a machine. This is a sample roaster. I don't want to use. So other machines, back when I bought it, like there were no. The Ikawa was kind of like the best all around sample roaster that there was, or I value compare several options. Nowadays there's no. I have the white one, and it was like.
God.
Yeah, it wasn't that expensive, but
yeah, bro. At this price point, I'll make my own.
Yeah,
I will literally just make my own. Give me a stepper motor. Give me some heating elements. Give me like something that can handle high temperatures.
I can show you. I can show you
that.
Do
it for half the fucking price, bro. What the fuck?
Like,
not really, because it's inside the machine. There's like a turbine, and a heating element. It's very well built. The other sample roasters, nowadays there are many other sample roasters that are very, very good, and you have an open source profiler that you can use. So
You
if
know
I
what
were
also
to
has
buy it,
turbines? Model airplanes.
yes,
Simon,
I thought
in.
about it. Tanghus, I thought about it, but there's not that there's so many projects going on. Making a sample roaster is one of the things that you have in your back of your mind, but it's not my priority.
But sir, hear me out.
So much coffee to roast.
As an avid a cat enthusiast like you, with a multitude of, let's say, printing appliances right in your background right now.
Oh, I can tell you something. Do not use printed pieces for anything that gets in contact with food.
That is a lie. Because you can 3D print stainless steel.
I mean, you say 3D print.
3D print.
But what you're talking about is you can melt steel. We've been able to melt steel for a while.
The problem,
amazing.
Okay, you 3D print it, but then you need to post-process so there's no gaps and everything. It's like a smooth surface.
Which is convenient also thing we've been doing ever since we invented metallurgy, is to put the thing in a fucking oven.
It kills bacteria.
Also that. So if you're real lazy and don't bake it long enough for the material to settle, you can just bake it afterwards all the time.
I mean, listen, if you've got the oven already, just put the coffee beans in the oven.
Yeah.
Remove the middleman from the equation. Boom, you got a coffee roaster. Easy.
Yeah.
But it's not aesthetic.
That's the whole discussion when people have also like, you should get an air fryer. Why? I have a perfectly well-working pan. Like, we did pay like quite a hefty sum just for it to not have any microplastic coatings, which is pretty fucking dumb anyway, but like, that's a whole nother discussion.
Did you buy a pan that didn't have like PTFE smeared all over it?
Of course, like the best pans.
That's all the flavor, bro. That's like the yummiest part of the Tefal pan.
The best flavor is the 15-year-old layer of butter that's been baked into it, like a hard layer of resin into it. This like, what to say? It gives it like an earthy taste.
Earthy.
Yeah, exactly. No, but that's the thing. And I have an oven. Okay, my oven's pretty shit, but like, it's still vastly superior to an air fryer. And I presume also, the great thing is, none of these come with an app.
Yet.
For now. Yet. Well, the problem with Ikawa will be solved very, very, very soon. Because you have two repos and it's just mixing them together and there's no app that you need. You can, with enough persuasion, you can use it without an app. And that's how it should be.
How does it smell when it's roasting? I mean, it takes a while to roast?
8 minutes and it smells like...
This is the persuasion you need.
You're
Tanghus
like... It smells
toasty.
like
barbecue a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's...
You get a bit of umaminess.
Umaminess, yes. Give me that sweet umaminess, baby.
Yeah, like I don't know how to say it, but it smells like you're roasting protein, but not quite.
So it smells like the Maillard
reaction,
is what you're saying.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
I would say
of a chemist myself,
and then quite vegetable as well.
If you
I'm indeed a connoisseur.
Honestly,
do you also have an RV out in the middle of a desert?
I live in Minnesota, so we don't have any desert. As for the RV, I have no further comments.
So it's okay. So it's like a basement in a Wendy's.
Tanghus, they call it tiny houses now.
tiny living, big money.
Oh God!
No
I love the future.
No longer RV. It's called tiny house, and then you can have your own little mobile lab with lab equipment.
You remember when like living in a van was like something that like people would dread, be like, oh no, you don't want to end up living in a van. And nowadays people are like, bro, I would sell my entire family to live in a van right now.
It really depends on the van. Like, If it's something like Gary's, like an old rusted out Sprinter van, I would be pretty sad to live in it. But I mean, it's spacious and comfy, but it could also be living in a K van.
You know, at the very fucking least, you own it, and like, you don't owe shit to anybody.
You know,
that's a positive, dude.
That's the point. The point is that they put it on wheels so they can put it anywhere, and it's technically not a building, so they can be their own Ted Krasinski and not need to have a permits to put their van in their plot.
If you didn't catch that reference, you're too young.
Living the dream.
Sorry,
People
if
go
you didn't
out,
get that
be your
reference,
own
you're
Ted
too
Kaczynski.
uneducated.
You heard it here first.
He was.
He definitely was.
He was. He was a very influential person.
Yeah.
Well, as you have seen, or maybe not seen, but as you have heard, we have Zambumon back with us. It's been a long time, my man. What have you been up to these past couple months? How was your holidays?
Did you get sick? That's the first question.
No,
because everybody got sick in America. Every
actually,
fucking person got sick.
It makes sense. Like, I was sick twice, so I took one for the team.
Wait, I was also sick twice.
James, were you ill?
I was sick once. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're over by one.
For the team.
Well, maybe Gondo wasn't ill, so maybe that's like took one for the being a bro as well.
Not that I remember. They have pretty standard.
Not that I remember.
Health. No, nothing. No, I cannot think any like having a really bad catching a cold or anything. So no, standard. It has been raining. It has been raining for the last 45 days. No,
oh my god!
You have rain in Spain?
Yes.
Oh wow! It's not
Dude's
an arid
in
desert.
Spain without the S. Wait,
wow.
no, without the P.
No,
it has been okay.
Without the A. There we go.
Non-stop, no, but it has been raining. Like the month of January was 28 days of 30, 31. It rained, and it has been raining non-stop for the whole. Yeah, over a month. It's every all of the dams are almost full except the ones in Murcia. It has been really there's a lot of flooding, also a lot of flooding in Portugal, also a lot of flooding in the north of Morocco. Like usually you have like the low pressure that comes, and then you have like a big high pressure mass of air that displaces that, and then it goes to Denmark. All that rain, but now it has been the whole month of January. It was one storm ends, and immediately after, like 8 hours later, another one comes, and it has been like that ever since. At least I'm not one of those people that gets really depressed when it's raining, but I know that some people are really struggling experiencing the classic Danish weather.
I mean, that's really like...
Isn't that like English weather? Just like literally just rain and grey all the time?
Kinda. Except in the winter, it's also pitch fucking black.
Oh, yeah.
So you wake up in the morning, go to work, it's fucking dark. Then you go to work, do whatever job. You look outside, oh, it's a little light outside. Then you finish your job, go home, and it's pitch fucking black. Welcome to the north. And like, there's absolutely no fucking snow because Denmark is like this tiny ass fucking peninsula. It's not even connected to like the proper Scandinavia. It's connected to the rest of Europe. So like the Swedes already stole like all our good land over there. Anyway, that doesn't fucking matter. The point here is it's pretty fucking miserable here because the weather here in Denmark is basically, you have this like night trifecta. Typically people give you 3 options, you can choose one. So it could be windy, it could be cold, it could be rainy. Yeah. In Denmark, no.
Yes.
You get the fucking unholy trifecta of misery in the weather. It will be freezing cold, raining fucking sideways, pitch fucking black. But hey, at least it'll also be like windy.
Are you a part of the MDMA movement?
Yeah, I do get medically orchestrated MDMA.
Like make Denmark great again.
Yeah. Like I do make it great again by taking my prescription amphetamines every day because that generally actually did make a huge ass difference. But like anyone who says they enjoy winter basically should be taken out back. Just like
what some people like depression. Why are you judging people for liking depression? There's nothing wrong with liking depression. It's a preference.
Again, I had a colleague at my old job like moved from fucking Brazil to Denmark. It's like they had an Italian citizenship, so like you could choose like many great places in Europe to live. But like that fucking guy, I have no idea why, and like why in his bed he went like, oh gee, I want to try have a winter depression.
But Zamb, you don't have to dox yourself. Obviously, do you live in the countryside or live in the city?
No.
I have a question for you and James. When it's raining and like fucking raining every single day, because I live out in the country-ish. I feel like it's cooler because you're in like a city. There's a lot of buildings, especially in Spain where there's a lot of history or like cultural significance in terms of buildings. Does that help?
One thing, there's cultural buildings because we didn't bulldoze them to build parking lots. That's on you guys. But if it depends on the city because here you have a small cinema or you can do stuff. If you live in the countryside, you're going to get stuck in your house and do nothing unless you get your car and go to somewhere else, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I think you were pretty harsh on the US there. You have to remember they only like bulldozed like the unwanted neighborhoods, like those that were less desirable to have around, like those neighborhoods that don't take down for freeways, etc. Pretty convenient.
Yeah.
Like,
I always wondered that. Yeah, like because I've never lived in the city, but I feel like that would help. I don't know about you, James. There's a shit ton of things to do in Taiwan, though, right?
Yeah, there are 3 malls you can go to when it rains.
Fuck.
But typically, I just stay indoors when it rains because it doesn't rain for a very, very long time. At most 2 weeks at a time, I guess.
45.
So it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Not that bad.
Well, I'm glad that you're trying to recreate Noah's Ark over there, but what else have you been up to, man? Didn't you see family or family who came to visit you during the holidays?
I live with my family, so
I'm
like Simon. I'm a freeloader.
No. It's not called freeloader. It's called cost optimizing.
Multigenerational living.
Yes. That is the fancy term now.
It's the fancy term for all the vampires sucked up all the money and now it's literally impossible to own anything without selling your soul out to the fucking devil. So, you know.
I think it wasn't that thing very common all over the years until someone got married and then they would move out.
What do you mean?
Living with your elders.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, like culturally, it's been a very normal thing up until the 1950s, mid-50s, where it became more normalized to like get out of here because we need more people to buy more houses because unsustainable infinite growth is totally feasible. We're not going to have any problems ever. Don't worry about it. Just keep buying more houses, guys. Surely it'll be fine.
See, culture here was
we'll give you loans, dude. We'll give you loans and we'll give you programs and we'll give you additional programs. And then like, oh no, houses are $500,000 now. Oops.
I guess it's for socialism or something here because like that culture, like it has been shifting more towards like people living because it's like fucking costly. But like in the past, it was a case of like I had friends on the 18th birthday basically got an eviction notice from their parents.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Nordic and Scandinavian thing.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you're turning 18, you're an adult now. Go figure it out.
You know the thing that the cultural shock that Southern Europeans, when they go to the north and you have a kid and that kid goes to the house of a friend and suddenly the people leave like, oh wait, my parents are calling me for something, like this is a kid, and they go out from the room if you're playing with your friend, the PlayStation, whatever. And then they come back 30 minutes later, and you ask them, "Oh, what were you doing?" And "Oh, we just had dinner." And then they didn't give you food. That's something they do in Sweden.
Yeah, that sounds very Swedish.
That's a cultural shock. And also like,
shit.
"Oh, you're 18? Get out of my house." And okay.
Yeah. But like, it's pretty fucking normal to like when you're at someone's house and if your friend's over, like you go fucking help. They even don't even have friends over. You just fucking help like with the cooking. Either like typically the kids that don't help with the cooking, is either because like they are absolutely spoiled to shit, or they're just a nuisance to have around.
No. I mean like usually if you come here, I think this is Mediterranean thing, even though my part is not like Spain. There's a part that is not in the Mediterranean, but okay.
That's where they mix wine and cola, by the way.
Yes.
It's technically not Spain if you ask them.
Well, technically, yeah. If you depends on the other people, but if you go to someone else's house or you have someone, a guest coming in, you offer them like also even in the afternoon. It's like, "Oh, do you want a cup of coffee?" Or "Let's hang a cup of coffee," and you invite them to coffee, and even it doesn't have to be coffee, but you offer them food. I think that's something more kind of like here.
James, when you were around here in last summer, how badly did I starve you?
I got offered bread and monsters.
See.
And some fish he had laying around.
Yeah, see. That's called being hospitable.
You were offered
and like
bread.
and James, like being this being a proper date, considering my wife was away on a holiday, like I could have a proper date on my own over the years, like so I even went to like show my new score to my parents, like how would you rate your stay at my parents?
That was really good though.
Yeah.
Please select a percentage tip from the iPad. Do you want to leave 35%, 85%, or 200%?
Like how was the food, and like how much did you have to work for it?
It was really good though. It was a proper Danish Spanish paella.
Ooh, what kind of paella did you put in it?
Seafood, peas.
Okay. Which seafood?
Wine.
Because like
white wine.
There's a lot of like varieties, bro.
Careful.
Like, let me guess. Like, was there shrimp in there?
Careful. Careful.
Nice.
You're in the danger zone. Explaining what you added to that dish.
What do you normally put in?
I mean, good chicken paella, man.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about what Tanghus prepared with that paella.
No, don't worry about like how I would do a paella. It's like my old man. He does it fucking proper.
Okay,
like he goes all in.
It's really good.
Hobby is essentially also collecting
he has
hobbies.
He has the plate thing that he has the proper plate.
Yeah, you need a big dish.
He has the pan. He's doing it in the pan. He has the saffron. He's adding the seafood. He's using the proper. I can't remember if it is.
He doesn't touch it for 30 minutes. He doesn't touch it for.
And then it churns the bottom.
Yeah.
Adds the wine, etc. Like it is proper.
I love how paella is just a reoccurring character on this podcast.
Because it's fucking great.
It's fucking great. I was going to say that I don't know if you remember that Jamie Oliver did a paella and he did the most British thing, which is making something that is great awful. Because
I don't know, America's getting real good at that now.
No, they ain't got nothing on British cooking.
Oh, really?
Like
there's still hope.
He made a paella and he kind of like put chorizo in it and also seafood, something like that. And also he likes to.
He did a surf and turf paella.
I don't know what he did. He probably also sprinkled lime juice or lemon juice because he loves citrics. I don't remember the video, but it was like, why are you doing this?
I'll put a little bit of lemon juice like to serve. Like once it's on my plate, I'll put a little bit of lemon juice.
But you use a white wine to make it anyway, so you already get the like.
Yeah. there was a French guy on YouTube called Alex the cooking guy, something like that, and
Is he French?
Yes, he's French.
He has
Very
like the
French.
proper French accent, and like essentially an engineer that's cooking, and like everything he does is just like through an engineer's mindset. It's kind of fun at times to watch.
He did something that was great. He went to Valencia to a proper paella restaurant, and they show them how they actually prepare it. And I would recommend watching that.
Yeah, if you don't know the French guy Alex who cooks, literally just Google the words I just said.
French Alex guy that cooks.
Yeah, just the French Alex cook. Boom.
Mhm.
That's all you need.
And not French Canadian Alex Cook.
No, we don't talk about French Canadian. Whoa. Alex is not French Canadian. He's normal Canadian.
Exactly. We're talking about that's a whole nother Alex. That's a Canadian Alex, but like in between, like
oh no,
French
is
Alex.
there a French? Is there a French Canadian Alex?
We don't talk about him.
Oof.
You know that. I just said that. We don't talk about him.
Yeah. Zamb, I see I found the article and someone's like, that thing ain't paella, wrote another, with the inclusion of chorizo proving particularly controversial. So what's like a standard, like a good combination of ingredients? Like if you just want to make a good one.
I like shrimp and scallops.
I would say
nice.
Paella is not from this region, but if you want to make a good paella, just see what a proper paella restaurant in Valencia does and copy that. Don't because they obviously every village has their own thing, or every restaurant has their own things. They know what they are doing. Jamie Oliver doesn't know what he's doing. That's the difference.
Did you just do the Danish thing? No. Yeah, you're a smart guy. Go figure it out.
I think Jamie Oliver knows what he's doing, and he's rage baiting every single fucking cuisine in the world.
He was rage baiting before rage baiting was a term.
Exactly.
I mean, I remember seeing a British cooking show where like she was preparing rice, and like she cooked the rice, etc. Then she took the rice out after, and then she's like, "Yeah, we just gotta like wash the rice after it's cooked." I just took it out. That was like, I've never ever seen anyone do that, but like, of course, it's a British cooking show, so like, of course, they're going to do it. But like,
what did she say? Why did she do that?
Are you sure it was an AI, like in her brain, instead of an actual brain?
This is pre-2020.
Okay.
I mean,
it could have been like those kids, but like so paranoid, like, oh, this is AI. Go and look at the video. It's like from 2015 or something like that.
Okay, that's too early. But I'm talking about, was there AI in her brain?
If it's not for intelligence, when we put insufficiency, yeah, sure.
Artificial insufficiency.
Like incompetence. Like I fucking don't. Like anyway, might just be rage bait.
We'll find it. Yeah. I'll Google it.
Fucking fine.
I want to ask something to Zamb, as well as the other people, obviously here. He reached out to me a couple weeks ago because he wanted to talk about a specific topic. I know this is keyboard related.
Yes. Sorry for the tangent, the paella tangent and everything. You asked about. You asked what have you been doing? Quick. What I have been doing.
He's making paella.
No. Remember last time I was making a keyboard generator? I kept working on that. Tanghus is aware of that keyboard generator. Prototype one of the keyboards. Like this is just the outside of the keyboard. So this is not generated with a keyboard generator. The idea is you take the outside and you
make it. Ta-da!
And then you get the insights that you generate with that and everything. But no, this last month what I have been doing is I have completely reverse engineered all the keys in the GMK cylindrical, GMK cherry profile keys. They are all completely reverse engineered, including the insights, except 3 of them. The bigger center, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to use it. The step 150 keycaps that are row 4, I don't have enough data to reverse engineer them. I'm waiting for GMK to get me some info about them. And the relegendables, because I'm waiting for them too. I have a kit coming. But I have already reverse engineered all keycaps. They are parametrically generated. I have also scanned so far 220 legends of 500 or so, or 600 I need to. Remaking all the shaders that I use for rendering, making everything like vectorizing all the legends, and yeah, I had to build a jig to actually scan them with the camera. Like I have a photo stand and a macro rail and a bunch of lights and a fixture, and you position the keycap always in the same place, so I don't need to jiggle around. Quite a lot.
This is like French guy cooking, but like keyboards.
Oblowski asked me, "Are you sure you aren't German?" And I said, "No, I'm better." No, I didn't say I'm better, but my answer to him was like, if you're going to do something like this, it's better to do it properly. And he said, "The hobby is dying," and I'm like, "Yes, but we are going to make it good." Like
we're gonna fucking kill it once and for all.
The hobby is dead. But even the dead can rise. If it's Zambumon,
if it's going down, at least let's go down standing and doing something that is great. And right now the project of the GMK Keycaps thing is going great. Because of the system that I have set up, I can also do MTNU. For MTNU, it's no-brainer because we already have like the legends, the double shot legends. Although the good thing about the scanning the legends is that I don't need to simulate the wiggliness of the legends when you actually made them in the shader. Right now I can simulate them. I can simulate the mixture of the plastics and everything. I would suggest, like, if you want to know how keycaps and how to render them and everything, the conversations that I have with Piqual are very cool because we talk about, with macro photography, trying to figure out absolutely everything from the keycaps. It's very interesting field, knowing about the texture of the keycaps, the hidden details, like why some, for instance, the transparent keycaps that you have on some sets like GMK Symbiote, the inside of them is very particular because it's very clean, because the molds are probably new, very brand new, and they need to look great and not uneven from the outside. While some other keycaps, the insides are obviously a little bit worn out because of use. There are many details that I'm really liking about this process. Like, I can say 100% with confidence that the keycaps were designed or made by an American, because the measurements make no sense in millimeters. I have 3D scanned them. I have 3D scanned them. There's also public data that GMK has, like for instance the size of the keycaps. I don't know who swear that, they are 18.20. No, they are 18.61, and they are 18.16. And they are 18.16, and in the webpage, the resources that GMK has, it says 18.16. And if you extract that SVG from that PDF or that vector from that PDF, you will see it's 18.16, not 18.20. And keycaps have draft angles, like any plastic thing. The backside of the keycap cannot be vertical. Please don't say that the backside of the keycap is vertical. It's not. It has a draft side.
Mm-hmm.
That can be depends on the finish, but we can guess that it's between it's usually 2 degrees. But yeah.
For the can you explain the goal behind all this for those that may not know what you like?
I like keyboards. That's the goal. The only goal is that I like keyboards. I like the process of designing
it's called
keyboards.
Autism.
No,
and it's what powers and fuels this world.
It's big nerd shit. Okay?
No,
it's great.
It's knowing absolutely everything. Like I have made my own models for the cherry switches. Like the models I have on my renders, they are my own models. I have made my own models for the stabilizers, which is why then I made the stabilizers. The keycaps themselves, I already made them a long time ago, but I was like, okay, I want to make them even better. So making them fully parametric and rescanning all the legends. Like actually, like before I used a flatbed scanner to scan all the legends. Now the setup is more complex, and it has many small tools that I have made to make it easier, like mapping the legends and making sure that cataloging them. I need that because I like to have everything for those keycaps. It's something that is personal. Like building it is something that brings me joy, just like building the parametric system to make the keyboards brings me joy in the keyboard thing. It's like understanding better how the keycaps in the specific field work. The renders that I made for GMK Chocolatier 2 were done before I have begun working on this. So likely for new sets, I'm using the new setup and brand new materials that are a little bit. They are significantly better and simulate the double shots and simulate the double shot process better. Because if you observe a yellow keycap with black legends, there will be a bleed because of the plastics, how they mix. If you will see a little bit of an
yellow?
expansion.
Like how yellow are we talking? Because
those proper yellow, like GMK.
That's proper yellow.
GMK Serica yellow. You can see in Black Legends that there is a little bit.
You should actually be able to see pretty well in DCS considering how thin it is. But like yellow is just like an obscene color with like terrible coverage in any fucking field where you use it. Like it covers like shit. So if you like put a macro cam to that, you would see the bleed that he's talking about around the black parts. And you can actually kind of see it in your shot how the face of the thing is actually darker because the
I don't know if this will
amount of yellow there.
That is one of the renders.
Yeah, we open it. There's macro.
Yeah. You can see how the nuts, the face is actually darker than the rest, and that's the bleed you can see through.
So sorry for sending links because this is helpful for podcasts, but I have sent a couple links of some of the tests that I have been doing.
Let me share.
Question. So are you like during the inner, like at the inner shot, like with the sprue and everything on its own? So say if you wanted to do, say, a transparent key, you would be able to see the sprue through the thing. Or how are you going about it? Or are you doing just one layer and applying it as a shader?
Doing it, I have talked about it with Piku because you can actually, we were talking over and over. How do you approach this? He tested it with an internal insert, having an insert and also with simulating it with the shader itself and material. It's simpler and easier to simulate it with the material and gives you better results. And he sent me some tests and he's like, this is fantastic. This is really, really impressive stuff. But yeah, it's just like it's one of those things that it's a complex project that doesn't pay off. Because 99% of the stuff you can do with whatever is public or already public models and a simple projection of the legend and everything. This is just obsession, we could say.
I would say it pays off, but it's because you have to look like in what book it pay, like where do you get the benefit? And as it's a personal project, you are basically not getting paid in monetary value, but you get that nice fuzzy feeling, like a similar fuzzy feeling, like to go out and buy like a $2,000 SSK just because it's dark gray and has like a MOPA and just like, gives you that warm fuzzy feeling inside. So like that's the difference. It's not a monetary payoff, but I would say that you're saying it's not going to pay off. I think
it's not worth it. Okay, it's not worth it because you're rendering the stuff like for the keycaps, the GMK keycaps, for instance, the generator. It took a little bit of a while to make because there's many variation of the GMK keycaps on the underside of them. And you never pay attention to. I have asked GMK questions like, okay, why GMK Sandstorm, the row 4 1-unit keycaps, they don't have the web that is inside underneath the keycap, like the grid that supports the barrel. In GMK Sandstorm row 1, the row 4 keycaps, they don't have that front support. I asked them why, because it's just that model, that set. With Purple Knight, Serica, no, nothing. There's also like you start understanding or seeing a lot of little small things that keycaps have, like row 1 2 unit keycaps, they don't have a front support on the middle barrel. You also see like the spacers are very interesting, very, very interesting, especially the 7-unit spacebars. There are some that have like chamfer corners in the cavity, others that have the square corners. There's some that have release pins, like push pins, like from the mold. That was something that they did in 2015 or 2016. Nowadays, they changed the inside of it, and it's much different. Like, yeah.
But in 2015, they're still using the old cherry molds for most of the things.
They
so
have,
I presume
they have definitely. I can say, and I can also say with confidence that GNK over the years nowadays, their quality has been improving, despite what Simon will say.
It's not about quality per se. Like,
I mean,
their legend quality has been improving. I have a KA 9053 from 2015 or 2017. I have
that's the best beige though.
I mean,
is it
the oldest
depends on how you look at it.
I mean, like,
okay,
to me,
enjoy this
GMK.
legend. Enjoy this legend from KA 9053 or whatever.
Exactly. And
look at that delete.
I can explain what I like about it.
Look at that delete. The D.
It's fine, bro. Don't worry about it.
You see, I am not chasing perfection for the GMK caps. This is like also generally one of the things why I like DCS.
I'm looking at like my D, like
I like the imperfection. It's charm.
Your D on the delete is probably better.
It's still not good. It's better, but okay. 1 second. Hello.
Hold on. Let me turn mine off. Sorry.
Like it's still
that's another delete because that's a row 2 delete.
Well,
that's one mold.
Well, I don't have that, dude. Yes. It's just a dot because keycap deciders are hilarious.
Oh no, I will die on that hill. I'd rather prefer not having sub legends on the numpad because that gives you compatibility with southpaw numpads that you can fully invert them.
But it's not law accurate.
You mean mirrored numpad?
You have to remember, you have to go for the proper legends. You have to go like, see, this is what I like about KA 1953 because again, old GMK is that you're still using the cherry mode. You still have the same.
So you are nostalgic.
It's part of a charm.
Okay.
To like why I like it and also why I like
Tanghus
DCS.
is a vintage enjoyer.
Yeah.
Which means if anything is different than it used to be, then it's bad.
That's it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying why I prefer it. I also have newer beige because like again, it's fine. But it's why I like this more than I like the newer stuff. It's also why I'm not 100% agreeing on you fixing the pound key for Serica. For example,
no. Wait a second. I have that about Serica.
Yeah, you want the wide pound key. It's like it's charm. Like it has. You can clearly see this is not something that's digitally made or crafted. It is basically made like the proper old school way. It's a handcrafted thing.
Yes,
and it has this charm. It's the same thing like with old machines, old machinery. It's like it harks back to another age, and this is what I like about it. It's not saying that anything else coming after is bad. It's just that it removes this charm, and it's also one of the reasons why I really dislike Neue Legends because it takes the whole key set and makes it clinically. Like it's just like it loses all personality.
I dislike Neue Legends for another reason. The reason is that
it's fucking incoherent, even though it's the very
the reason is that
design.
If you start doing scans of the original Cherry Legends, you will see that they are designed with. I know that they are probably not made with a pantograph mill, but they are the legends, the cherry legends, and why something that I have argued with Matteo, or something when I did my legends for MT3 Serica, is that you need to imagine a thin line, a line guiding the pantograph, and why those legends are so great is because they were made kind of like traced, and they have a consistent thickness and everything. So when they remade the tilde key in the in some sets for some reason, and it didn't have the evenness, the evenness and the consistency of the stroke, it felt really wrong. Or the pound key or the hashtag, whatever, they all had their charm because they were designed, even with their inconsistencies, they were designed in some way. However, there are many. The problems with GMK legends, the original legends, are usually with with international layout support, because they are all over the place. There are so many inconsistencies that are because they were made by different people, and different symbols that were added at a different time. Like the euro symbol in some keycaps is horrible.
Oh yeah, it's like massive.
Massive.
But you don't put a euro sign on a keycap set.
Well, if you want to have proper alt gr support.
No, you don't. That's not proper. Like, if I, don't make me bring out the board.
Different locations use different layouts, right? You know that some boards have a big ass euro on them.
You also know that they didn't always use the euro sign. The euro
sign. Wait, sir. Is your argument right now that vintage, oh no, it was specialty, therefore it should not be something that we embrace?
See, this
like
is
now, in our specialty fucking hobby?
Yes,
it was too special.
No. This here is this is where I'm going to say, like, read this, like, the cherry legends, like the fucking Quran. We don't change a word, we do it the OG way. Like, don't translate the scripts, because you lose all meaning.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want cherry legends.
I mean,
not double shot legends. Give me some OG die sub cherry legends. Okay, fine.
They also hold another.
They also have.
Of course. They're all
and again,
special.
The pantograph is great, because back then it's also like, sure, you have the mold, you have to recreate it here, but say, and you blow out a mold, you might get a ton of misaligned legends, because the guy who is setting up, like, the second machine might be a bit more sloppy. So maybe the
get good at dice subbing. Get good at dice subbing and placing the keycaps then. I'm Tanghus said the hashtag key, but there are also other keys that are remade and are not documented. Some other legends that were tweaked. For instance,
I noticed the I has changed over the years.
Yeah, that's
there's also like the question mark. The question mark has changed over the years.
Yes.
And the issues, like I have been taking a lot of pictures, and I have like I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't feel okay. I didn't remember saying like I want a new one, and I want the old one. I wanted the fucked up one. But yeah, they have made little adjustments over the years. My problem with those adjustments is if they are done undocumented, and that for some reason something that it wasn't the standard becomes the standard. Let's say that someone decides that having the arrows not follow the proper alignment with the rest of the legends is better. For some reason,
where you're putting it, like, good design is imperfect.
For some reason, someone decides that they want to have those arrows in another position, and that position becomes the standard. No, I don't want that. I want it to be. I want it to be where the original cherry is, which is perfectly fine and fantastic. But yeah, so yeah, right now I have done the first sheet of legends. This is the first sheet of legends, more or less.
The first sheet, yeah.
The first sheet. This is the main map. But then I also need to scan. I have them here, the list of sub-legends that I need to scan, because I need to scan. Sorry for butchering some pronunciations. Kanji.
It's okay, I do that all the time.
Oh, James, how do you say that? How do you say that, James?
Kanji and Sujin.
Changji
and Sujin.
Yeah. That's really good.
Hiragana, Katakana, Hangul, Cadet, Cyrillic, Arabic, ASCII, the symbiotes of legends. What else? I don't have APL because they were die subs. They were UV printed. And if you ever do a
There's a lot of APL variants as well.
No,
I have in my head the correct APL variant, and it might be a different variant than you guys are thinking of.
I'm not interested in the Arabic one. I got it because I didn't have an example of classic Arabic, but they are UV printed. I am really not interested in UV printed. The legends are very, very, very bad compared to double shot.
I don't think you can double shot Arabic because it's like pointy, like everywhere and curved and small.
Well, if you can't, it's okay. But
like back then, they wouldn't have been able to.
My
do
problem, well, the classic Arabic is new, but my problem with the UV printed stuff is that it's very noisy. It's the texture. It's very bad compared to double shot. The double shot, the line, it has small imperfections, but they are not visible to your eye at normal sight. But if you check like any UV printed stuff, the legends are terrible. They are very bad comparatively speaking. But yeah, did you know that?
That's also my next question then. Like,
did you know that
for the Cyrillic stuff?
Oh, the Cyrillic stuff.
What are you scanning? Are you scanning the Tom's legends, or are you scanning
my original legends? My original legends that I have for renders, they are from SAB scans that I got from someone that had an SAB set, which was good, that worked at Daily Clock, and he sent me a flatbed scan of them, and I traced them over more or less. The new ones, I'm thinking about buying the classic beige Cyrillic keycaps that GMK has, because those are the ones that they have, and try to compare them visually with whatever I have from those scans back then and decide which one is better. But for instance,
I think SAV is a lot nicer.
Yeah, but the question for the SAV, did that have the Ukrainian and Bulgarian sublegends as well?
I don't know,
because like those boards came with like, I think it's like 5 extra keys to do a Ukrainian and Bulgarian.
No, I don't.
Getting those 5 extra keys is like fucking hard.
It was only the keycaps that you got. But I also have Hebrew legends, but the Hebrew legends I made them myself based on a low resolution pictures of someone posting a Daiso Cherry keyboard from back then. I believe that was the source.
Yeah, I think the only good Hebrew I've seen recently is like CRP, honestly, and that's okay.
Yeah. Arabic, I don't have. I have a lot of CRP sets that I could scan to, but they are not technically cherry sets, so it's not. It's their recreation, so it's not a good source of truth.
There's a whole active like cherry community, and like I've seen some of the stuff the guys are flexing in that. So like you should have plenty of access to the stuff.
I'm not going to buy more stuff.
No, but not by buying, but like asking a guy for a picture.
Yes, some of the stuff that is fun finding is okay. These photos are copy link. I'm sorry because I should be sharing, but it's better if Tanghus shares it better. Those two pictures, those two pictures are photo stacks of 2 window weight keycaps, and they are 90 or so photos stacked together. So it's all in focus, and this allows me to evaluate texture and everything. What you will find interesting is that for some reason, this is a question I asked GMK. The full size 175 window with keycap, the window is squared. The top borders are square. Yeah, that does UV printing, which is horrible. Sorry, audience, actual podcast-based people that are listening. The full size window on the 175 is squared. The stepped keycaps, if you check the stepped keycaps of 175, that one, the window has rounded corners.
But only on one side. It's rounded corners. No, look at the bottom of the window. No, that's square, and the other side is rounded.
That's because here they went in with the mill into the finished keycap and just like, this is how we wanted.
If you check every other window with keycap, the bottoms are squared. Yeah, it's funny. It's if you check out the window, something that is very, very cool is that you can see the barrel of the stem inside that window. At the very top, you can see the barrel poking.
But these are like things that again you go back to.
No, the very, very, very top. You see that. Yeah.
But the rounded, like say here, and this, they were probably done on a different day by a different guy.
Mm-hmm.
A completely different manual machining process.
And they forgot in the G code. They forgot in the G code to put those chamfers.
Or the other one might be a case of the guy, like they've cut it out. He went in a different angle with the mill, or he went in after and squared it up. But this one, like with the rounded, that matches taking basically your mill into the plastic and go like rounding up. Like the square makes sense from if you do it in the mold. This makes sense from like blanking out the keycap and then like putting the keycap back in another shot and doing the last shot. It depends on how it's done.
Well,
I don't know.
This
is forensics.
In my models that I have generated, the full size 175 has the squared, and the other one has the rounded borders, as it should be. Yes. And there are also a small little detail. You can see right in where the fillet from the top surface and the front is. You can see that there's an artifact of the molding process, which is that the beige plastic is poking inside the window a little bit, like it's doing like a curvy thing. It's invading the space of the. It
is flashing us.
Yeah, a little bit. It's very interesting how it's made. So making the parametric model that works for this was kind of like a little bit of a challenge, but now it can generate those windows too. In that video, I sent you the video on Discord, Herbert.
Yes. I shared it with the lad.
I don't care whatever Sam is telling you, Sam, but this was totally worth it.
It's totally worth it.
It's totally
for me.
Worth it.
It's totally worth it because previously I didn't have. Usually the approach was like, okay, how am I going to do the window with keycaps? And you were like, okay, you set it in the shader that this area will be the window. But then I took the pictures and I was like, no, because it has features on the inside to show better the light, the LED light. And it's very, very cool understanding and knowing about this. And it also like, this was started like those two pictures I realized what was going on when I scanned the keycaps, like doing the photo stack of those keycaps, because I wanted to see how the UV legends would look like, and they are terrible compared to double shots. Jesus, it's night and day difference how sharp and how clear and beautiful double shot is compared to UV. Yeah, dye subs are much better though. Dye subs, because the ink is going into the plastic, it's much sharper comparatively, and those legends won't wear unless you literally sandpaper. You sand them like crazy. Otherwise,
I want to ask this question. It's related to keycaps, and I specifically want to ask this because I want to bring James into this episode. Sorry, James, that we've been taking over everything, but obviously, Zamb, obviously you did the OG chocolatier round 1, and you said you're running chocolatier round 2. I have a question for James and Zamb. James, if you want to go first. When you're thinking of running a design keycap wise that's not yours, how do you make sure not to step on someone's toes, but at the same time, like if someone's clearly not giving you their blessing, but at the same time there's no way to reach them, or like how the fuck do you know, I know China does whatever China wants, but how do you do it morally without like
if you reach someone and that person tells you that you have plans to rerun that set, it's kind of like not very cool. That's it. Ultimately, anyone can do whatever they want. There's no copyright on colors. This is just a gentleman's agreement, I guess. Like there's many sets, there's many colorways. It's a gentleman's agreement. The only time that you might step on that gentleman's agreement is if you ran a keycap group buy 10-12 years ago, and you say that you have a child and you never ship those keycaps, and then someone needs to step in and do manual work, sorting those keycaps, unpaid labor, voluntarily, and the F8 keycaps never show up. That's when I guess...
You forgot the crucial bit there is you have to remember to specifically ask DMK to like get each shot, like each key delivered individually, so you have to sit and sort them yourself.
Oh yeah,
and then get these shipped to your mate's house. Like, especially if you live in Europe, best get it sent to someone like on the internet that lives like halfway across the globe.
Mm-hmm.
Preferably cheapest possible shipping, so that it will get damaged and things will get lost, and then you rely on this guy and push all the blame on your friend.
Listen, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but my
GMK
rerun
Hyperfuse
of Sarika round question mark will be coming out this summer, boys.
GMK Hyperfuse.
Is it going to be in DCS as well?
No. What we're talking about, you're talking about stuff like the later stuff. You're talking about World War II. Like, we are talking about what happened in the trenches. Like in 1916, I'm in there. We were in the trenches.
I'm GMK Hyperfuse. There's still group buy participants that never received their set. Hello Wilba. Hello Gondo.
Hello me.
Hello Tanghus.
Tanghus.
Some of them, like, dude, if you live in Europe, okay, but someone like Gondo, for instance, that he lives in Brazil, importing stuff. It's such a pain. It's such a fucking pain that it's easier to have someone. It was easier to, if you have money, to send it to the US, somewhere to hold them, and then get it on your suitcase and go back, because it would take forever. But yeah, if there has been very recently a case of like, okay, there's a difference between community sets, classic colorways, or something that you cannot claim for, like GMK. If you said to run retro keycap set, like inspired by the Commodore 64, kind of like, I would console Mateo, but Mateo would say, yeah, sure. But stuff that is classic beige, Handavite, Triumph Adler, colorways that are inspired by classic things, they were designed by a company or for a company, kind of okay. If something like more like it was community inspired or by a community member, like for instance GMK Hydro, I remember doing the renders. Comparatively, they are terrible to what I do these days, but for GMK Hydro, and Jay-chan doing it and designing the novelties and everything, and running it. And this year we had GMK Splash, and what the guy from GMK Splash did was, oh hey, Jay-chan, I know you're not a part of the hobby. These days, is it okay if we do a GMK Splash? And he said, sure. And they did it with new novelties, same colors.
Yeah,
you have to remember mcmcmc is a great lad. He did the same thing for Led Zepp. He also like seeking out a designer, and like he's doing the groundwork.
It's courtesy, and for instance, this scamper, it's reachable. When you send me a DM, I was reachable. Like, they asked me, oh, can we run this set GNK Chocolatier, but it's DCS? And I said, dude, I'm going to run GMK Chocolatier this year or next year. The reason why I have not run GMK Chocolatier so far was because there's still 2 vendors that have not paid me a single royalty for GMK Striker, GMK Serica, GMK Purple Knight, and GMK Hamon 2. You will think that one of them is a space, but I'm not counting a space in any of those things because they no longer exist. The ones that I'm talking about, they still operate and they still run group buys these days. And you send them an email and they do not reply for 8 months or 7 months. It's obviously, if you are an independent guy that says, oh, I want to run a keycap set or I want to run a design, you rely on vendors. And you rely on their word. And if they stop replying to your emails, it kind of sucks. You're not going to sue them. Makes no sense. You're not going anywhere. It's kind of like a dick situation if you don't understand that many group buys have been postponed because of that reason. Like I have 4 not 4 designs. I want to rerun Sandstorm, and then I have 2 designs that I showed Oplowski many years ago. I have seen designs from Piqualo I have seen a design in Piqualo that is amazing, but it's kind of like indefinitely postpone until they kind of like find their place and everything. In my case, like it was very discouraging, and I didn't want to really run sets having like waiting for two vendors to pay. One of them a lot, and another vendors like reply to you and are open and are very transparent with you. Like Jay, for instance, he's very transparent with both the community and designers, and it's I appreciate it a lot. And he wrote a fantastic post at the end of 2025 last year. It showed a lot of the struggles that vendors were experiencing. Vendors that are very well run, like Prototypist is very well run. They are very punctual. They are very transparent. They are great vendors to work with. I would 100% recommend them. If you are looking for someone that is very serious doing work, Prototypist is fantastic. And I sent him like a message telling him, dude, I saw your post and it was amazing. It is exactly like from the vendor's perspective, it is what's happening. What I don't understand is that designers, the keycap designers, I think that there is a disconnection. There's a growing disconnection the more that you stay in the hobby with the reality of the hobby. For instance, it is not worth running an alternate alphas kit. For a small vendor, it is not worth it. It's a kit that depends on a main kit. The scale, the adoption rate is low. Everything is bad. Like the base kits have been bloating with keycaps. Sorry, like Simon says a large base kit and said, oh, it has this, oh, it has that. This is fantastic.
I think that I obviously don't want base kits with 220 keys in them. That's stupid,
I think
there is like a minimum of like this is okay to sell to people, and then there's like this is nice, and then there's sets where it's gone too far. Like GMK Regal or something. I will
tell you what it is fine to have on when you do the numbers for kits. You want if you do it more or less properly, the base kit will be whatever, and then you have an extension kit. If you do it like base kit extension, you have like 35-40% adoption rate of the main kit. Extension kits are meant for enthusiasts, people that are regulars in the hobby and that they will buy sets over and over again. However, I think that my argument is that the base kit needs to be as accessible as possible. Keycaps have been historically the best and most affordable way to access the custom keyboard hobby. Like you could buy whatever keyboard you could get back in the day, and nowadays also you buy whatever cheapest keyboard you can get, and then you say, oh, these keycaps suck. I want something. I see this picture of someone posting classic beige. I want this, even if it's classic beige, but I want this. Oh, I want these keycaps that are purple. I want these keycaps that have a theme that is a Led Zeppelin theme. I want this. And then you go search for them and you see, oh, it's 150 euros for them, $150. And you're like, no way, this is too much. Even not like imagine it's not in stock. It's like something that it's during group buy, $145. I know that there's inflation, but I have also seen the quotes of GK Chocolatier, and they were better than the quotes from GK Chocolatier back when we ran it in 2019, because GK has improved in automation and making the minimum order quantity okay. I think that $145 for a base kit, it's too much. I think like for layout support, split the spacebar. The second be 40 minimal 40 support, which is not great 40 support, because 40 support needs to support more than one layout. It's bad. Like in the base kit, I prefer to have an extension kit. And if you're going to support layouts, 40% layout support, they also deserve the accents. If your keyset has accents, enter accent and escape accents, the 40% keyboard people deserve having all the exact same layout support and accent support that you have for the rest of the folks. This is the same for like.
I think they deserve nothing, though. That's my take.
So based, James.
I
You're
think 40s
so fucking
people should
based, dude.
stop existing, and then I never create a key set for 40s people.
What about 50s?
That's my
What about
line in the
50%?
sand.
I think
50%, the one that you're showing.
60 is the smallest I would get.
Okay, let's
I
be
would
honest.
support.
Anything smaller than this is a 40% and is for weebs. Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
Actually,
I
you know
agree.
what? Anything
Completely.
smaller than
My argument is precisely
anything smaller than this.
anything smaller.
That's average. That's perfectly average.
Anything
This-
smaller than
Oh
this.
my god.
Yeah, anything smaller than this is just like not a real keyboard. That's just facts. That's just the
You want
truth.
Real keyboard
What?
size.
Ooh, SAR. Oh, James.
Oh, yes, the
sorry.
SAR.
Yes.
Finish
your,
the special one of one yellow SAR. That's the best SAR.
Wait. On the topic of keysets, like Zamb, like I know what you mean, and like that was the logic that like Gian sold me on GMK intro when he was like conceptualizing it. Because like he reached out to me early. It was like, "What do you think of this?" I'm like, "This is stupid. You are stupid. Why are you stupid?" Was basically my response. But then he explained it to me. He's like, "Bro, like let's try and make a base kit an actual base kit," and I'm okay with that. And that works. Like that works in my brain for a smaller scale key set. But I think once you're breaking 1,000 units, make the base kit big, bro. Why would
No.
you not?
I would actually say it's opposite, where it makes sense, because if it's a big set, no, I'll do this input. You can do a whole like if you're selling like huge number, let's say Zerika, like selling a huge number, you can also do more individual kits.
That
But
is what
if it's a key
we
set
did.
that is going to be less interesting, that is going to be cursed in a way that you can do a kit that doesn't support a whole ton of layouts, or you can use a broader layout in a bigger base kit that's more expensive for a smaller run, because then you don't have to the extensions. Thus, you have kind of, yes, you are forcing people into actually being a community and buying keys they don't want for others to have them. Not saying you should go out and like hyperinflate it and put in the step control I want or the whatever. But there's also a key difference between like having legend support and having physical support.
Oh yes.
Yes.
I think my point is that the hobby was built thanks to startups that are now ghosting designers and have no reply to emails to.
What do you mean?
Master
They want to build it.
Oh, bro. Yeah, they
They have
looks like
it has
they're going out.
like it was a Master was a great platform. No longer is. They no longer care about community. Honestly, it has been. It grew exponentially when we start having like regional vendors, regional small operation vendors, serious vendors that sold that hosted great group buys and for both key sets and keyboards, and thanks to them the hobby went global, and you are able to get a key set anywhere basically without having to deal with the import and hurdles and very expensive shipping options.
But
And
sir, I didn't have to deal with that with Hyperfuse because I never got it, so it was never a problem.
Problem solved, bro.
problems.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
My point is that because we operate with small vendors, a small vendor needs to be if they want to not have cash flow issues, they need to be very savvy with what they run, and we cannot make their lives difficult by having a key set with 4 or 5 kits. I'm sorry, like we are no longer in 2020. Like we are back to 2018 numbers or worse for many key sets that are struggling to reach minimum order quantity, 250 minimum order quantity. So the sets need to work with a 250 minimum order quantity, and they need to work with 1,000 and 2,000 and 5,000 order quantity. And for that reason, you need to structure them in a very sensible approach that you need to make sure that it's easier for the vendor to stock and it's predictable for the vendor to stock. So you need to, I would suggest like making the base kits a little bit smaller, not a little bit smaller, good compatibility, decent compatibility, which is standard compatibility, which is full size, UK ISO support, don't ditch those keys for ISO layout that doesn't really support anyone.
Don't use UK ISO because not everyone is using UK ISO.
Yes, but
Terminal ISO.
you argue terminal
legend support. Like, how big is the fucking UK scene compared to the rest of the ISO users? You're catering to one fucking layout.
Well,
of them. I know what I'm saying.
It's more all the countries that previously were using UK systems. So like, there's a reason why like
UK. Okay, my point is like
common.
I would rather prefer having one layout support than having like a general layout support, because at least with UK ISO layout support, you are supporting a vendor that is very active. This is like, wow, if you're a good vendor, it's good to support it. And afterwards, GMK, for some sets, they are subsidizing the international kits and they are selling them all their store. So
yeah, but then when like I ran sets with that certain UK vendor, right? And he even offered to give away UK keys, and I don't think even all the people in the UK hobby wanted those keys.
No, but
so it's very strange that we're offering these field keys to. I don't think many people use them.
Another thing
I would rather prefer.
And like I think a lot of the previous UK colonies have already switched to ANSI or
you know what we need
layout.
to do. Because like
in any case, I would rather prefer having UK isolate support than 40% support on a base kit. I think it makes more sense actually supporting a standard layout than something that is not
How many keys are you adding for UK ISO compared to terminal ISO?
2.
UK ISO, see, now you're wasting 2 keys. Again, these 2 keys could have been, say, your accent to the whatever 40 guy if you want to add them to the base, or it could have been whatever else support. Those 2 keys, UK ISO is a...
If I were to add 2 keys...
It's a sunk cost fallacy.
No, if you add 2 keys, you don't really get that much layout support because it's also 1 unit keys.
But it's part of more. You had 40s user is inflation. It went from 3 key 40s, now then it went to 4 key 40s, and now it's like 6 key 40s, and as you're saying, their own sets.
Yeah,
so you see this. This is the thing.
Personally, like I have done terminal ISO and I've done UK ISO. Right now I prefer having the layout
you've
support.
also done no ISO.
I have done also no ISO. I have experienced everything. Well, no, it wasn't no ISO. It's like the ISO kit was extra. I think that I prefer supporting UK ISO personally. UK terminal ISO, totally acceptable. Okay, that's okay. But if you're going to make a large base kit that it has 40% and partial 40% and splits the space versus a second B, at least include UK ISO and terminal ISO. Because if we are going to do a large kit that makes no sense, let's not drop layout support for.
But the thing is also like so you're saving 2 keys UK ISO. But another thing you see people like bitch and moan about is adding 2 supers.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just need 1 if you're going to take it anyway. So already there, now I've saved you basically 3.5 keys, considering 1 is 1.5. So now that's 3.5 keys saved from your base kit. Like you have to like run a minimal that is streamlined and actually matches the hobby.
Yeah.
And I would say again, UK is not a majority in the hobby, and they are definitely not a majority of the ISO users. So why should we use these 2 keys when they could be spent somewhere else down the line? And this is the mindset. It goes through the whole set.
I feel like not having Jay here to argue for UK ISO is kind of mean.
Yeah, it is true.
It's like having peace talks, when...
I don't disagree.
The peace council without one of the parts.
Exactly. Yeah, well, I don't even have to say the whole sentence. We all know what I'm talking about.
Where have we seen that?
And like famously, the Danish layout is basically based on the UK ISO anyway. We're using the same like cherry legends, etc.
I would say, okay, I think your argument is good. In any case, what I would argue is that we need to target. We cannot sell group buy, like having a group buy for 145 euros or US dollars is too much. It makes the hobby less attractive. It makes the part of the cool part, the custom keyboards, less welcome. And it also makes the and going into specifics of what layout support, but actually it's better to money-wise to cut those keys, even if it's just cents. But it's better if you want to are cutting every corner to get the smallest kits possible with the largest physical layout support, which is the important part, having a large physical layout support. This is why some of the greatest 40% keyboards reuse keycaps that were already available. They reuse physical layout support. They do not change the staggering. They reuse. There was a 175 3 unit 175 key that you had for the control or that you had for the caps lock, and then you would reuse it as the enter key. That kind of stuff, like not changing the staggering. That's why many people love the Equinox, because you got a 60% cut a row, done, and it reuses the keycaps. My point with the keysets is that we need to touch grass, understand that vendors cannot subsidize every kit. They cannot buy every.
Wait, really? We can't Is that true?
Hmm?
Is that true?
So
because
what was
I don't think I can ever make money running keysets.
What was the revenue of a Blackdrop LLC in 20?
Oh, like keysets is like a direct loss. Like I can like run keyboards and like make a little bit of money, but running keysets, there's no fucking money in it unless you charge like $150. Which no, fuck that.
It's the problem with keysets is like designers, not the vendors. Well, vendors need to be more strict. They have never been strict about saying your kitting sucks. They have been, oh yes, let's run this thing, and then you have a vendor running 5 different keysets the same month, and many of them have like sets that they do not stock well unless you're doing it as a hobby for community purposes, but you're going to lose money with those kits because they're going to sit in the shelves and never sell. That's the problem. And that's the problem that Jay has been facing, for instance, has been very open. Like, some kitting is very bad.
Every single vendor, by the way, and I'm not a vendor and I don't identify as a vendor and I will never become an actual vendor. Like, I will run some group buys, but like every single vendor has boxes, so many fucking boxes of extra GMK keys, extra DCS keys, just fucking sitting there that can't be sold, that have zero fucking value. They're like part of a fixed kit or part of something. And it's just fucking boxes and boxes and boxes of plastic, dude. That's not even counting like products that people can sell. This is just like extra shit.
I also have those boxes, but for other reason. Because when I run sets, I was like, oh, I was saying like, oh, the 40% kit, it will have a 100 minimum order MOQ. And if we don't reach it, I will buy to 150 MOQ. And that's why I have 45 kits of GMK Sarika 40% in one box.
I am sorry to say, but you are part of the problem.
No, because
yes, you are.
Those sets.
This is ableism.
No,
now you are in a codependent relationship with 40% US
No. Those sets, GMK Sarika, it was structured for 2,000 MOQ, and we reached 4,000 for each of the sets, more than 4,000.
Yeah, there is a time to subsidize.
Yes,
and that was the time to subsidize.
Yes, and those kits were profitable. Every kit, like especially with the lower MOQs, if you reach if we were from 100 to 150, the profit for those, the margin for those kits was significant. The kits that were fully subsidized were international kit. Those kits, neither Oblowski nor me made any money out of them. I would talk with him and he was like, for this kit we are not doing any royalties, and he was like, yeah, I'm just selling them. And he bought the minimum order quantity because GMK kind of like tell you have to buy 50 or you have to buy 100. And every of those kits have to be allocated. Otherwise, no extra kits. But
so you are the only person in all of Spain that is using the Danish keyboard layout.
No.
Oh, I wouldn't gamble on that.
All the caps you have left over.
No, for GMK Serica, I didn't buy the international kit. For GMK Nautilus, yes, I have like a box with a couple international kits.
So R1, R2.
Oh, for what?
Nautilus.
There was already a GMK round 2 of Nautilus.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking, which international kit do you have?
The international kit from the round 2.
Oh.
With the Alt Gr legends.
Oh, true. That was not all good in round 1, was it? I
Um,
can't remember.
in any case, just to wrap up this part of the conversation, vendors need to be more strict, and designers need to be more emphatic with smaller vendors and understanding that they have lots of boxes and it's like, oh, we are reaching 500 MOQ. Reaching 500 MOQ with extras, it's not a success. It's okay, but it's not a success. You need to understand that 500 MOQ means that if you have like two kits and you make them attractive, you make an extension kit that is attractive, it's going to be 35 to 40% of that, which is okay to reach some MOQ. But yeah, they ended up with smaller vendors ended up with alpha kits that they didn't know what to do. Accent kits they didn't know what to do. Spacebar kits, they are awful. No one wants a spacebar kits.
I should probably like buy a whole bunch of spacebar kits.
Outside of group buys, they are not good to stock. Like if you're doing a group buy, do not buy extras of those keys because they are not going to sell. No one wants them. It's like maybe 2 people after the group buy will buy them.
Nobody wants them after the fact.
But I know why. I think I know exactly what went wrong. Because if you've noticed, all the sets that were in stock, like even after the pandemic boom, where they're sitting, as you say, by 4,000 of these.
Yeah.
How many of those sets actually had row 0 and row 5? Think about that. None. And all those sets were just stuck on shelves. So they were made completely unattractive to everyone. So the key here is that, like, to go forward and to succeed in the hobby, all the GMK sets need row 0 and row 5.
I second the motion.
Row 0 and row 5, the problem is that it makes the kits not significantly expensive, but quite expensive. However, you could argue...
That's a skill issue.
You could argue that you can just cut keys from the main base kit and try to streamline it as much as possible. So you end up with a 145 euros row 0, row 5 base kit instead of row 1 to row 4.
Dude.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. That sounds like a great way to like live in the hobby.
Yeah, because you
need
a little bit of extra physical layout support, like Tanghus calls it. But yeah,
but just like skip it. All the kits that are in stock, none of them had like.
In any case,
all the ones that sold out were row 0 and row 5 in the kit.
My
all the ones that were stock were all like row 4 bottom row, like the normie stuff, and like.
My point is that we need to be a little bit more empathic with vendors, like running, for instance, at the same time, MTNU and Cherry keycap set is not very business wise. It's like,
how does that even work?
It doesn't.
It goes again.
Just nonsense.
It goes against everything GMK has been telling us and gaslighting us for like 10 years. It's like, oh, it's so expensive to make this, and oh, we can't really. And
now we're doing a multi-run of the same set.
Both at once.
My.
How does that work?
Well, it makes it very clear that their major issue is the plastic, not the metal, not the machines. Their major issue is the plastic. That, like, it proves it. Like, they said it without needing to say it.
But that's also
that's their biggest pain point, their biggest weakness, their biggest cost is the plastic. It's gotta be.
Like, right now with the time frames of that GMK has, I say that running at the same time MTNU and cylindrical, MTNU and cherry profile keycap set at the same time, I wouldn't advise to it. Just make a good MTNU set, just make a good cherry set, and if that set is great, then you run it later on in another profile and you do an independent run. But otherwise, what you are doing is you are dividing the MOQ, because not a lot of people are going to buy 2 sets. They are going to buy one or the other. And you're giving an extra choice, and you're going to have to pending stock or stock sitting there of 2 sets that are very similar but have a different profile. we are not working with large companies with large warehouse that can afford having a large inventory in a warehouse, and then they end up with a huge discount sale everywhere, and that's how their business works. No, I'm sorry, but in my opinion, what it should be is that the group buy pricing should be the lowest a keycap set will ever be, because you are buying hopes and dreams. You're supporting a small vendor or whatever. You're supporting a vendor and you're supporting a designer for something that has not been proven. So the group buy pricing should be the lowest it should be, and then raise the price for in stock. And however, nowadays, like, you have a Black Friday sale, you have a back to school sale, you have the Chinese New Year sale, you have probably like the
Singles Day.
Oh, it's
Valentine's
Day. It's like, okay, so you're telling me that you could have those set, like, this is like other sectors, like, oh, why would I buy it now when I can buy it when there's the sale?
Exactly.
But that is also back to the vendors basically pissing their own pants to keep warm, because by buying into these and doing these sets, they are enabling this kind of thought process in their own group buys.
Yes.
So like that is why they are in this loop where they're like, oh no, people aren't buying
the group buy.
So now we have to hump up the price, and then we drop it, and then we give them 2 sets in 6 months.
The group buy model is like is stabbing itself, like doing like this with the scissor. The group buy model is dying. It's dying. Oh no! How could that happen? And it's like, okay, if we are not making the group buy attractive, why would they? I'm not going to buy in a group buy. We'll just wait to when it ships and we have pictures of it, and I will pay 10 euros more for that set, or 15. But you know who pays 15 euros more for that keycap set is one of the usuals that already buy sets. A normal person that is going to, oh, what is this of custom keyboards? This is very cool. Oh, I'm going to buy a new set. They are not going to pay those extra 15 euros. They are going to skip and going with something else.
But that said, like, I am very much looking forward to MTNU Chocolatier.
MTNU Chocolatier is not going to happen this year.
I wish I had like the ability to use my chocolatier on like a good keyboard, but I just have the normie base kit. I don't even have Sengen bottom row. I don't have ISO. I don't have like any of the
Oh,
good
you
shit.
mean SA Chocolatier?
I have the OG chocolatier.
You know something
I have
funny?
the OG Nautilus too.
You know something cool about SA Chocolatier? GK Chocolatier was color match with SA Chocolatier, and it was a perfect color match. However, it was a perfect color match with the spacebars of SA Chocolatier and some of the and a page shaft from SA Chocolatier. People say that the colors are very different to between GMK Chocolatier and SA Chocolatier are very different, and this is true. But the problem was not GMK. The problem was Signature Plastics. So what happened is, like, I have the samples. Like, you buy the color samples, and I bought them. I bought for the colors that I was thinking about. I can't remember exactly the name of them. And I said, okay, this one and this one. This is the light brown and this is the dark brown. Boom. You talk with drop or with mass drop back then, group buy, whatever. And then the keycaps come, and I compare the sample, the color, the plastic chip that Signature Plastics makes with most of the keycaps, and it's kind of like a little bit bleach. And then I compared it with the spacebar, and it was like, okay, so the spacebar is exactly the color match of that color sample. So what it turns out is that I didn't realize that those spacebars were probably leftovers from 1976, SA 1976, which used the same brown.
Fuck, yes.
So SA Chocolatier Signature Plastic color matching is not as consistent as GMK's color matching. And if you have visited GMK, you will probably see that they have spent a lot of money buying equipment to improve their color matching over the years.
Yeah, color matching is the most important thing if you're making anything.
Not color matching is like
fast way to drive up the cost of your
color consistency. Color consistency between rounds. So if you ask a sample, it needs to be that sample. An SA Chocolatier, I asked that sample, and the colors were not what the samples were. and that was very frustrating. So when we made G&K chocolatier, which sold 250 units, G&K chocolatier, the color matching is perfect to what I ask G&K for. They have I send them a spacebar and a page up key, and I think it's still in GMK because they never returned them. But I'm okay. So I don't have a 6-unit spacebar or a 7-unit spacebar. I don't have it, and I don't have a page up key. My sets.
But actually, color consistency is actually pretty interesting because like there's this like small Danish toy factory that makes like these small like construction bricks. One of the reasons, like among many, they were going bankrupt was actually the color matching, because they were so adamant that each color should match.
Yeah.
So like they would reject like large scale. So it's one of those things that also like in this hobby, we have to remember like how big a bulk of plastic are we doing per tile. It's not that big. So like color matching and get color consistency also varies just by like how hot does the machine run for this shot, for this key, how this, like these tiny variations can come. And when you color match, like you send off one key to be color matched.
Yeah.
To be correct, it should be like a whole slew of keys that should be color matched as a group to consistency get the group. But like, and again, this is also why like GMK does this, because GMK is very much relying on keycaps as a part of their business. Signature Plastic isn't, because like if they are, they aren't. I trust them in that, because if they were, it would have gone belly up years ago.
Yeah, Signature Plastics is
business.
I don't know.
So they are not depending on keycaps to survive.
And
it's a nice secondary income, but
well, it was. I can't remember. I think they disclosed it that at some point it was half of their business. At some point was keycaps. Nowadays, I don't think it is. Obviously, like commercial airport terminals or pharmacies and everything that they make keyboards for, they buy thousands of keyboards, and they can have probably way better margins to professional equipment.
Plus they don't fucking care about legend consistency over 1,000 of them.
Yeah, they care. They care to a minimum that they don't care to the level of actually going there and scanning the keycaps and say, oh, this delete key is not perfect. Oh, these keycaps have like a 1.5 tilt, 1.5 degree tilt, like it happened with G&K Jamon and some other keycaps, and that's not worth it for them. And yet still, they fix it. They
just care that it's not a half-shot key.
Yeah, and when it comes to color consistency, in MT3 Serica, the color consistency that the Chinese supplier had wasn't nearly as good as G&K's. Like,
and again, you're also using yellow.
Yellow
is terrible for consistency.
An MT3 Serica, we did kind of like, I gave them like, well, they had plastic samples and everything. We have to use I have protocols like this. The standard observer method, which to color match the yellow, which is someone pointing at the keycap and saying, "Oh, this is the color I want," basically. So they gave me like 4 or 5 samples, and it was like, "Okay, this is the plastic mix that we want for this," even though it doesn't technically match the actual color that G&K or the technical color that RAL Design or Pantone that you are using. Yeah, keycaps are very interesting topic, and it has been the G&K reverse engineering project has been very interesting in that regard. I wish I had started it earlier, because it's very rewarding in the fact that I now understand even better the keycaps, and the process is cool. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Exactly. Thanks for joining, because I think we are at the point where once again we'll have that one guy in YouTube that always comes out and yells at us for like going over time. And
no, it's okay. We're gonna get Hubert to edit this so it actually fits in an hour and a half. We can just cut out all the parts where Tanghus talks. Problem solved.
Yeah, easy.
Please don't talk
25 minutes.
Ted Krasinski from this episode. Cut anything else but Ted.
Yeah, Ted stays.
Ted stays.
Ted stays because otherwise, how would this episode blow up?
Well, I think it's now the time for the great keyboard friend.
Oh, thanks. You are a great host here, so I'll actually let you do it. Like, what is the good keyboard friend, dear Sam?
Simon, please.
No, I'm literally reading the nomination. So you guys need to tell people how to do the. Like,
well,
how do people like submit nominations?
If you want to submit a nomination for a great keyboard friend, you need to go to hungrymeatbox.com.
You're close. Hugemeatbox.
Huge
so now you mentioned new URL, we have to buy it, which is kind of like the bane of our podcast earnings, is that if we have to buy like every wrong URL.
I say hungry meatbox because I thought about binge keycaps, which his name was Hungerworks Studio. Hungerworks Studio.
So anyway, it is at hugemeatbox.com. You will find it in there. You'll find our link tree, and like right under our OnlyFans, right at the top, you will see the Google Form subscription where you can, dear viewer, nominate a good keyboard friend, someone who's brightening up your day, someone you think has been doing like that extra work to get the hobby to the place it is, or just like maybe they helped you move a couple of boxes and you're like, it
can be Gondo because everyone nominates Gondo. I understand that everyone
have you looked at him like with how handsome he is. Like
it's because he's Brazilian. It's because he's Brazilian.
True.
He's very handsome and very very cool. You know, something about Gondo. Someone was very mean to him because of his what was the Gondo yells at things episode that criticizes about the espresso machine that he has, and he literally has one of the most accessible espresso machines that you can get, which is an Europiccola that you can find them. It's a La Pavoni Europiccola, which is Europiccola. I don't know how you would say it in Italian, which is a very, very common cool machine that you can find everywhere for very cheap because there were so many, and that was my Gondo mention of the week.
Thank you, Gondo. Okay,
Professor Gondo,
Dr. Gondo. This week's good keyboard friend of the week that I have here was submitted by Anonymous, and it is Cool Penguin 1. So an anonymous person has nominated Cool Penguin 1. So they think Cool Penguin 1.
I thought saying the anonymous person who clearly asked to be anonymous was Cool Penguin.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Okay, for this week's keyboard friend of the week, I wanted to nominate somebody by the Discord username of Cool Penguin 1. I'm not friends with them at all. Wow, rude. But Cool Penguin answers a lot of questions that myself and many others have posted in the Black Simon Help channel without being gatekeepy or in an elitist way. I know it's not just Cool Penguin that helps, but there are a lot of unsung good keyboard friends that may not be as famous or may not be content creators, but they are important to our hobby. This nomination goes out to Cool Penguin and all those good people that take the time to answer questions and make the community a better place in general. Cheers.
You know, and that you can tell like they are a really good keyboard friend and like just a cool person just by the name because it literally says Cool Penguin.
And you may not know this, but Cool Penguin 1 is actually a Nutman in the Black Simon Discord, which is probably the highest honor. It's like a higher honor than me. Like, I don't even get to own the server. The Nutman is like as high as it gets. So Cool Penguin 1 was the Nutman, and I wholeheartedly agree that Cool Penguin 1 is a very good keyboard friend.
In that fashion, I'm thinking that similar to Cool Penguin 1, I'm going to nominate two people because that Cool Penguin guy nomination made me think about two folks that are usually on my server. They are very excited about a keyboard that's called SAR, and they tend to be very polite and everything. I'm going to nominate Normano and Groghunter. I see them in other keyboard servers from time to time. They are they are enthusiasts, part of the hobby for many, many years. There are so many people that are not active and post videos, photos, and everything. They just hang out. They are not bad. They don't raise any red flags of bad behavior, questionable behavior. They're just keyboard enthusiasts.
I mean, if they are enthusiastic about the Tsar, they definitely showing an age in the hobby.
Yeah. No, I mean, I know.
Bad. No, they are, but definitely no red flags because the Tsar is a.
They are enthusiastic in the part that they have been a part of the hobby for many years. I know they have been a part of the hobby for many years because you see them in other servers, you see them comment and stuff. They are aware of, I don't want to call it lore, keyboard lore, but they kind of like know a little bit of the story about it. One of the bad things about keyboard communities moving to Discord has been that before you had a public forum and you could check the history of the hobby much easier than these days. And these days it's more fragmented and private because we are most people are hosting their servers. They are not hosting their servers. They're
paying a lot of money to Discord to host their servers.
Well, if they are paying, luckily this is not like a Slack, like that were even more greedy than Discord and have deleted thousands and hundreds of.
You have to remember, enterprise solutions are expensive, so of course, enterprise Discord is expensive.
Yeah, but my point is that these days is harder for the community to know about the hobby, in the same sense that getting started comparatively, I think, compared to.
I mean, yeah.
I
Reddit, like, I think one of the major issues of that is Reddit just getting really, really scummy and shitty the past few years, and nobody wants to be on it. Like, I don't want to be on Reddit anymore, even though it was the place to be.
It was the place to be. It was it was kind of like it was better in the sense of building a community.
Like, it's the place where the people were. Yeah, like it's the place where the people were. Like Death Authority is great, Geekhack is great, but like not everybody was there. Everybody was on Reddit, but now nobody wants to. Like, I don't want to talk on Reddit. I don't even want to like upvote on Reddit.
It's kind of like, again, Discord. Like right now, I agree they are bad, but on the other hand, they have allowed a lot of communities to survive when, say, server owners disappear or they sell, like in the case of Death Authority, sell the server to a data scraping company that essentially just runs it into and wreaks havoc and basically ruins the site. And like the Keyboard Institute community, which is the old Death Authority server on Discord, has essentially allowed Death Authority, like what the knowledge there, not to disappear.
Yeah, pretty much doing a backup and torrenting the databases, all of the stuff that was community driven and written about.
I'm so upset
keyboards.
That like I didn't have the opportunities, because like if Geekhack was up for sale right now, I would buy it. I would form a nonprofit. I would set it up in such a way that like I could never fuck it, but like it would be literally funded by the community and just save it.
And if it dies,
I wish I could have done that before.
And if it dies, it dies. But at least you will have like the proper tools for the data that is on it for people to download it.
I mean, the important thing is just don't take something that was built to unify a community and then try to monetize it in the dirtiest, scummiest way. That's just
it's kind of the thing is, a lot of the time back in the day, like forums were expensive. They relied on you like buying a server, hosting it, like how it is. I can talk from like a concrete hobby I know that has survived also thanks to Discord is, say, when I grew up being an introvert teenager, I was doing these small things in MS Paint called pixel cars, just like other great keyboard enthusiasts. Some that even are the greatest of all. This community has essentially allowed to, like, as fragmented it essentially survives today thanks to Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Like, half of it is also an old forum that is run basically by a guy back then being smart and just adding a banner ad, and this banner ad has enough going on for it that it pays for the site and has paid for the site like 20 years by now. But a lot of these forums are basically disappearing because not every server owner cares about the hobby, or it's taken over by someone else, like in case authority changed hand like 3 times before. Like the third time was the one that broke it. And like Discord gets a lot of shit because they are evil and they are a company. They need to make money, and it's not self-hosting. Like, no company is your friend. They will ever be. But in the current state of things, they have allowed a lot of old communities to still be around.
Yes, that's undeniable. My problem is not with that. My problem is more that before you could type the URL of something and you could consult it openly in the web. Nowadays, it has a barrier of entry, which is that you need to know that server. I know that Discord has the discovery features for communities.
Dude, I don't know how that works, and I literally operate multiple large Discords.
But
so
it's not the same as having a forum. But you are absolutely right in the sense of like Discord has been trying very hard to make it more like a forum in some regards, like having the threads and.
I miss forums too, but then again,
I miss safe spaces for kids and the internet, like which no longer exist.
Yeah,
safe spaces on the kid, like though those weren't a thing back then either. You could find some pretty scuffed shit like 3 clicks deep, like 3 pages into Google, like even as a kid back then.
Okay, Club Penguin was
Club
not.
Penguin, don't say Club Penguin. God damn it!
Was not a thing. Was not a thing on my in here, but I can think like some forums were kind of like safer for people than now, I guess. And
true.
I think that with time, with the maturity of the web, some of those places are worse or kind of like too interconnected and too deranged comparatively. Like, I guess it's more like there were not more safe spaces, but there were more small communities that were kind of like more normal and not that deranged.
I think we're just cooked now. I think that's the takeaway.
Yeah. Let's just accessible.
Let's end the episode there. Let's just end the episode with all of us are cooked.
Yeah. we're going to plan now.
Welcome in the broth, boys.
We're going to plan now where to build the cabin in the woods. And
bro, I got a spot. Come on.
Ha ha ha! How great it is to live in the country in Europe that is like the most deforested of all countries. So like a cabin in the woods here, yeah, sure, I could take 5 steps out and I'll be on a fucking field. I'm fucking cooked.
James, are you there? Are you cooked?
I am cooked. I'm very cooked.
Right.
See, James was the smartest one of us all. Like, by saying nothing, he has kept his integrity.
Observe.
Oh,
not
no.
Every
good time and just...
Oh, no, Simon, I wanted to say something to you.
Okay.
I was right about Heine.
Were you?
Yes, he was cooked.
Oh, no.
Okay. On that note, we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Oh, no, actually, I can let a cliffhanger in. Like, I don't know Heine for keyboards. On that note, people, thanks for tuning into our podcast.
Bye-bye. Oh, wait, how do we make it stop recording? I don't have the button.
Huber is the producer and is in there.
Yeah, Hubert left like an hour ago.
So now we're here.
We can raise the hand.
Oh yeah, let me raise my hand. 1 second.
Open queue.
Hey Hubert, stop the count.
It's just like Zoom. Like we can raise our hands.
Stop the count, please. Stop.
I think we just all have to leave, and that's it.
I guess this is kind of how it feels to be in the basement.
James, how do we stop this?